Research says that 53% of all Americans are unhappy at work. So why are so many people living unhappy lives? My name is Dr. Kiki Ramsey, and I'm a leading positive psychologist and executive coach, and I know a thing or two about happiness. Research says that 50% of happiness is made up out of our genes. 10% of happiness is based on your life's circumstances, and 40% is based on your day-to-day activities. So that is good news, because that means that you get to affect at least 50% of your happiness. I'm going to give you 3 things that I think will help you become happier. As a matter of fact, research says these 3 things are guaranteed to boost your happiness, especially if you do them over the next 7 days. But there's a kick. You have to only choose one. Why one? Because our brains are overloaded. I understand that you have 1,000,001 things to do, and I don't want this to be another one, but I do want you to boost your happiness. So promise me, out of these 3, you're only going to choose one that you're going to practice over the next 7 days. And then feel free after the 7 days is over to practice the other ones if you want to, but I just want you to start off with one. The first one is you must build healthy relationships. Building healthy relationships is essential. It's something that we all need. Let me paint a picture for you. I'm 16. I'm going to the 11th grade. I have a younger sister who I'm helping my mom take care of. And now I am pregnant, having my own child. What a recipe for disaster. But then the most unlikeliest person came to my rescue, my mom. Even though she had her own issues, she still came to me one day and she said, "Look here. I know that this is not the life that you want to live. This ain't the life I want to live either. But you're here now. You're going to have this baby, and I'm going to be with you every step of the way." I was able to pull it together. I graduated. I went on to college. I got my bachelor's degree. I ended up going on to get a master's in social work and a master's in positive psychology coaching. And now I have a PhD in business psychology. And that taught me a valuable life lesson that relationships matter over everything else. Number 2, practice forgiveness. Research says that forgiveness is for the other person. I believe that it can be for both. When you practice forgiveness, it takes the weight off of you, just as if you were losing weight. Forgiveness is so critical to you moving forward in your life. I can't even explain how important it is. It came to a head for me one day when I called my mom. She said, "Baby, I'm so sorry if I ruined your life." I said, "Mom, no, you didn't ruin my life. As a matter of fact, you made me the woman I am today." I said, "You have 2 beautiful daughters." Of course, one being myself. "You have a grandson who adores you. And despite all that you've been through over your life, you've worked." She said to me, "Wow, would you say that at my funeral?" I said, "What? No, Mom, we're not talking about that." So we got off the phone, and the next day I went running. And I'm running, and my sister calls me. And the next 2 words she said to me also changed my life. She said, "Mom died." The conversation that I had with my mother the day before was the very last time I ever heard her voice. I think had I said something else to my mother besides what I said to her, I might not be talking to you this day. You may need to forgive someone. That someone could be yourself. I know for a fact I had to go through this process and forgive myself 1,000 times over. So here's what I want you to do with this. I want you to get off a piece of paper, and I want you to sit down in a very quiet place. And I want you to write "Dear," and then write the person's name on it. That person's name could be yours, or it could be somebody else. And then I want you to write down all the things that you've done wrong or that person has done wrong. And then, lastly, you need to write, "And I forgive you." It's the most important piece. This work is not easy, but it's necessary. I hope that you can practice forgiveness because it's going to lift the weight off of you. And the last one is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is getting centered and enjoying the moment, enjoying and being where you are at the present moment. And some of us find that hard to do. So I'm going to challenge you here. I want you to get into a quiet place and just be still. There's so many beautiful and amazing things that can come to you when you are practicing mindfulness. I want you to choose one of these three, and over the next 7 days, watch your happiness skyrocket. And then I want you to remember that you get to create your very own happiness.